Larry Bird, Red Auerbach, and Paul Pierce.
Well, Larry actually washed the glass. He got his name.
Oh, yeah.
Pierce.
She's good. I don't know how she's hitting.
The team's early days were full of struggles, but that changed when Auerbach was brought on as coach in 1950. With Boston, Auerbach was given full control of the team. Auerbach's genius knew no boundaries, and he demonstrated this at the 1956 draft. Auerbach managed to pull off an unusual trade. He convinced Rochester to let fellow University of San Francisco center Bill Russell slide to number 2 in exchange for a performance by the sought-after escapades in Maple Town. In turn, Auerbach and the Celtics drafted Russell, and he became the cornerstone of the most dominating franchise ever. 11 championships in 13 years from 1957 to 1969. This included a whopping 8 in a row from 59 to 66, and this is the longest consecutive championship streak of any North American pro sports team. The 1970s were relatively uneventful, with the team only winning 2 championships under coach Tommy Heinsohn. Towards the end of the decade, the Celtics drafted junior Larry Bird of Indiana State with the 6th pick in the 1978 draft. After staying an extra year in college, Bird debuted for Boston during the 1979-80 season and served as a core for the team to build around. The Celtics ended up trading 2 draft choices to the Golden State Warriors in exchange for center Robert Parker, as well as a first-round pick. That first rounder ended up being the 3rd pick overall, and with that, the Celtics drafted University of Minnesota power forward Kevin McHale. These 3 superstar players were known as the Big Three, and they led the Celtics to win the championship in 1981, 1984, and 1986. 16th title in franchise history and an NBA record. In 1985, the Celtics met arch rivals the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals. While the Celtics had previously dominated the Lakers in the postseason, this time LA took it. This was the first time the Lakers defeated the Celtics for a championship, and the only time the Celtics lost a championship at Boston Gardens. Eventually, the Big Three retired. Auerbach as general manager secured the 2nd overall choice in the 1966 draft and picked up Maryland's Len Bias in the hope of keeping the franchise strong. Tragically, Bias died just 2 days later. Another promising player was when Reggie Lewis died of a heart attack in 1993. These incidents foreshadowed the challenges the team faced over the next decade. However, by 1998, the franchise they drafted Paul Pierce with the 10th overall pick and traded for a list of marquee players. Their supremacy culminated with the franchise's record 17th championship in the 2007-2008 season, led by the new Big Three, Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen. The Boston Celtics' role in history isn't limited to their dominance on the court. When they signed Chuck Hooper in 1950, Boston became the first franchise to draft an African-American player. Then in 1964, the Celtics boasted the first squad to have an all-African-American starting lineup. Finally, after the 1965-66 season, when Auerbach retired as coach, Bill Russell took over and became the first black coach in the NBA. Today, the Celtics have relocated from the venerable Boston Garden and play the home games at the Their legacy is a dominant one, and the Boston Celtics have cemented their place in the history books as one of the winningest sports franchises of all time.
I'm naked.
I need a napkin. I'm gonna get a napkin.
I just got Alex.
I don't like you.
Raised his face, we share with our friends. Technology has the power to give us these moments back.
Here, Vanessa. Vanessa.
Here.
It's on the napkin here.
Be careful.
It's memories we never
He likes to jump on the couch. He likes to jump on the couch and laugh. Oh, wow.
I think that's what you're doing.
may come as a shock to you, but I said that every heavyweight that ever lived before me.
This boxer floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're taking a look at the life and career of Muhammad Ali.
I predict that he will go in 8 to prove that I'm great. And if he want to go to heaven, I'll get him in 7. He'll be in a worse of 6 if I cut it to 6. And if he keeps talking jive, I'll cut it to 5.
Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. was born on January 17, 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky. He was 12 when he was introduced to boxing by policeman and boxing coach Joe E. Martin. He soon began to train and participated in several amateur boxing matches. After winning several Golden Gloves titles, Clay won the light heavyweight gold medal in the 1960 Summer Olympics. Shortly thereafter, he won his first professional fight against Fayetteville Police Chief Tony Huntsacker, and Angelo Dundee became his trainer. Throughout the early 1960s, Clay began to attract attention with his frequent victories and regular knockouts. During this period, he defeated notable boxers such as Doug Jones, Henry Cooper, and Archie Moore. He also developed a fighting style that depended on speed, especially that of his feet. In 1964, Clay had an unexpected victory against the current heavyweight champion Sonny Liston.
He's too ugly to be the world's champ. The world's champ should be pretty like me.
At 22, he became the youngest boxer to take the world heavyweight title from the reigning champ.
I'm the king of the world. Hold it.
Did you have these? Give me your beats.
Soon after, Clay announced his membership to the Nation of Islam and adopted the name Muhammad Ali. That same year, Ali refused to serve in the U.S. Army, and this asserted his status as a conscientious objector to the Vietnam War. The next year, he won a rematch with Liston by knockout and fought Floyd Patterson in the second defense of his title. He won several more bouts against opponents such as George Taballo, Brian London, and Carl Mildenberger. There were many other notable fights during this time. These included the 1966 victory against Cleveland Big Cat Williams, which drew an indoor world record of over 35,000 fans. Another was his brutal fight against Ernie Terrell in 1967. Later that year, Ali was found guilty of refusing induction into the Army. He was subsequently stripped of his boxing title and had his professional license suspended.
Whatever the punishment, whatever the persecution is for standing up for my religious beliefs, even if it means facing machine gun fire that day, I will face it before denouncing Elijah Muhammad and the religion of Islam. I'm ready to die.
As the years went by, opposition to the war began to grow. While his case was still on appeal, certain states and boxing commissions allowed Ali to fight. Despite winning a few bouts in 1970, Ali experienced his first professional loss against heavyweight champion Joe Frazier in 1971. The highly anticipated match came to be known as the fight of the century. His conviction was reversed a few months later, and he returned to the ring. After a series of exhibition matches known as the Muhammad Ali Boxing Show, as well as a few other fights, Ali defeated Frazier in a 1974 rematch. Next up was the Don King promoted fight, the Rumble in the Jungle. Ali tired out his much younger opponent George Foreman through the use of a boxing style that came to be known as the rope-a-dope strategy. The surprising win allowed Ali to reclaim the title of heavyweight champion of the world. Following bouts against Chuck Wepner, Ron Lyle, and Joe Bugner, Ali took on Frazier for the third time in 1975. The highly anticipated Don King promoted fight, dubbed the Thrilla in Manila, resulted in Ali's second victory against Frazier. The next year, Ali won a number of bouts against fighters such as Jimmy Young and Richard Dunn. He then fought an exhibition match against wrestler and martial artist Antonio Inoki, and won his third fight against Ken Norton. After several victories the next year, Ali fought two matches against 1976 Olympic champion Leon Spinks in 1978. He lost the heavyweight title in the first fight, but won it back in a rematch later that year. This victory made him boxing's first three-time heavyweight champion. After losing to Larry Holmes in 1980, Ali participated in his final fight in 1981. He was defeated by the top syndrome. retirement. Once nicknamed the greatest, and his story inspires millions.
You always talk about Muhammad, you're not the same man you were 10 years ago. Well, I asked you, she told me you're not the same man you were 2 years ago.
Okay, everybody pass on that to the left. Everybody pass to the left.
Like if I'm talking to you, and I say, if you don't catch me saying I'm talking to you, because of that they can't. It has to be a person trying to.
Jimmy.
No, it makes a two. That means anybody can call out.
Yeah. No, it doesn't look like Congress. I got you.
Easier than coffee.
Wait, who was I talking to? I was talking to Austin, right? Oh. Yeah, I was talking to her. So I didn't hear her.
You have a black one? I have green. I'll take red.
This Quebec native has made his mark on the international skateboarding scene with his vert skating skills and his multiple gold medals at the X Games. Welcome to Watch Andra. Today we'll be speaking with Ken Lugano. Tell me, how did you get into skateboarding?
I don't know really, it's just something that really built me and got my first board when I was 9 and just started going to the skate park every day after school. Just fell in love with it.
Other than skateboarding?
Once in a while, I've been pretty lazy with it since I've lived in California. Like I only go maybe once or twice a year. But growing up in Montreal, I used to go every weekend. And then, I like boxing and Muay Thai too. It's kind of fun. I like doing that. But skating's the main thing.
And you just mentioned California. How does the skating scene differ from your hometown to where you live now?
It's different. There's like an awesome underground scene like out here. In Montreal, it seems like in California there's like a little bit more like mainstream media and all of that. But now like the Canadian media is really starting to like kind of wake up to it and pay attention to skateboarding a lot more. But as far as like just the skaters, like we're all skateboarders and we all love doing the same thing. So it's kind of like the same when it comes down to just skating.
And you're known for vert skating. So can you tell us a bit about this type of skateboarding and how you got into it?
That's like a 14-foot tall half pipe. There was a vert ramp by my house when I grew up in Boucherville, and then there was also one at a skate park we had from 92 till 98. And I just really like the speed and all the airtime that you get on a vert ramp. I've always looked up to guys like Danny Wade and Colin McKay, so that's definitely why I got really stuck with vert skating, I think.
In this sport, I assume there's a lot of injuries. How do you cope with them?
Obviously there is injuries, but it's not like worse than any other sports or anything like that. I've skated 22 years and I probably had like maybe 4 or 5 broken bones, so it's a pretty good average for how long I've skated.
So tell me, what are some of the challenges that you face in doing this sport?
Luckily right now I'm making a great living out of skateboarding, but for some guys, it's really hard to be like up and coming pro where you're not really making that much money and then you want to focus all your time on skating. It's definitely not easy to get to a certain level, but once you're there, then it's awesome.
You were on the VH1 show The X Life, so what's your opinion on reality TV and how was your experience?
It's definitely not an easy thing to do. Producers trying to get you to do a lot of things that sometimes you don't really want to do, and they love drama, so I really get annoyed with that.
He's a douchebag.
That would have been perfect. I'm a dude.
Douchebag.
I don't feel like my life is that dramatic, or definitely not as much as what they made it seem like on the show. So, but I guess it's part of TV.
So how long do you want to be skateboarding for?
Skating's like a way of life. So something you do every day, and I think like no matter what age I'm going to be, I'm still going to skate. Probably not competitively, but I'll be skating the same.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
This is the oldest Major League Baseball stadium in use. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're continuing our series of the most important buildings in sports with a look at Fenway Park. Construction of Fenway Park began in 1911 at 4 Young Way near Kennedy Square, Boston, Massachusetts. By the time the ballpark opened on April 20th, 1912, the cost of the stadium had reached $650,000, or about $50 million in today's dollars. Fenway has been the home ballpark of the Boston Red Sox Baseball Club ever since, and has undergone hundreds of millions of dollars in renovations since it opened. Amazingly, every Red Sox home game at Fenway since May 15, 2003 has been sold out by passionate fans of the team. By 2008, Red Sox Nation helped sell out Fenway for a Red Sox game, and this broke a Major League Baseball record. Earlier in its life, Fenway accommodated one of baseball's biggest stars. Babe Ruth spent his embryonic years in this Boston building and helped the Red Sox secure World Series titles in 1915, 1916, and 1918. However, he was then sold to the arch-rival New York Yankees, and this sparked the alleged curse of the Bambino. In 1934, a scoreboard was added to the park, and at the time it was hailed as a technical marvel. Today, the score is still updated by hand from behind the wall. In the 1940s, baseball's best hitter called Fenway home. Ted Williams' .406 batting average in 1941 gave him the distinction of being the last player to hit over 400 full season. The Ted Sox era gave birth to the Williamsburg area of the park. In fact, Fenway's right field bullpen were practically built for Williams' left-handed swing. Fenway features another nod to Williams. The lone red seat found in the right field bleachers marks the 500 home run last and the furthest the ball has ever been hit in that park. Over the years, Fenway witnessed many more impressive accomplishments. For example, in 1967, Carl Yastrzemski earned the Triple Crown of Major League Baseball. He hit 44 home runs, 121 runs batted in, and had a 326 batting average. The stadium's age and location have led to unique features that included the triangle, Chesky's Hole, and last but not least, the famous Green Monster in left field. This left field wall was often targeted by right-handed hitters and was famously seen in Game 6 of the 1975 World Series. Carlton Fisk gave the ball fair as it flew over the Green Monster, and this was the game-winning home run. Eventually, just prior to the 2003 season, the Green Monster was equipped with seats just in time for what lay around the corner. Despite all the great memories, Fenway mainly served as the backdrop for years of heartbreak for Red Sox Nation. That is, until 2004, when the Bo Sox did the impossible and came back from a 3-game deficit against the New York Yankees in the American League Championship Series on their way to a World Series win and an end to the curse of the Bambino. Not only is Fenway Park served as a home for the Boston Red Sox, it has also set the stage for a number of other important events as well. Professional sporting events in football, soccer, and hockey have taken place at Fenway, and a number of high-profile
give it to me! Give it to me!
Fenway will surely continue being one of the most important buildings in sports, even after its centennial celebrations in 2012.
And I was trying to get her, and she's like, I know what you're trying to do. And she walks away, she said,
How'd you get one? How'd you get one? Nuh-uh. What'd you say? Another X-Star?
Oh, he was trying to take it again.
Yeah, look at it.
You already got it. You were describing how he got it.
Call or come in today for your personal economy.
You're right in there, my kid.
So as soon as Valeria gets here, we'll start doing this. Everybody's got to get like the sheet paper. Everybody's got to write their name. We got to put their number right next to their name.
These sisters forever changed tennis with their powerful playing styles and unique fashion sense. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be learning more about the lives and careers of the Williams sisters.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Tennis player.
I like to be a tin foil.
Venus Ebony Starr Williams was born June 17, 1980, and her sister Serena Jamaica Williams was born September 26th the next year. They both showed extraordinary tennis talent early in their lives, and were coached by their father Richard Williams on the city courts of Los Angeles.
Always plan. You do not plan. You plan.
Eventually, the family moved to Florida in order to hone the girls' skills at a renowned tennis academy. Both Venus and Serena excelled in national junior tennis tournaments. With help from her 100-mile-per-hour serve, Venus ranked first among under-12s in Southern California, while Serena was first overall in Florida's under-10 tournament. However, their father decided to play the girls less and focus on school. The two girls made their professional debuts within a year of each other, Venus in '94 and Serena in '95. By 1997, both ranked in the top 100 of women's tennis players. Serena placed 99th. In fact, that year, Venus became the first unseeded U.S. Open women's finalist in almost 40 years. 1998 was the year the Williams sisters competed professionally for the first time, with Venus taking the match. That same year, Venus broke the top 10 of world rankings and finished the year 5th. Serena found success competing in doubles tournaments, sometimes with her sister. She was ranked 20th overall at the end of '98, and it was around this time she inked a lucrative shoe deal with Puma. Complete domination by the Williams sisters began in 1999, when Serena beat her sister to win their family's first Grand Slam title by taking the U.S. Open. The next year, Venus took the U.S. Open, won Wimbledon, and signed a $40 million endorsement deal with Reebok. It was also in 2000 that Venus won a gold medal in women's singles at the Sydney Olympics, and another gold with Serena in doubles. The sisters squared off in the U.S. Open finals 2 years in a row, with Venus winning in 2001 and Serena taking the title the next year. 2002 was also the year both sisters ranked first in the world for a period of time. The sisters continued to fight for the next year. Doubles titles with her sister. The two also competed against each other directly a number of times, and these matches fueled their long-time rivalry. In late 2003, Serena signed a $55 million deal with Nike. Both girls struggled through the mid-2000s after the murder of their sister. Venus managed to get back into shape and win Wimbledon in 2007. Serena won the 2008 U.S. Open and paired with her sister Williams with another gold medal. This success on the court translated to big paychecks. Serena became the first female tennis player to surpass $30 million in earnings, while Venus was not far behind. However, controversy followed the girls' directed career, mainly due to their unorthodox clothing and outspoken nature. In 2009, Serena made matters worse when she was put on probation and fined $92,000 for verbally berating a lineswoman during a match. This was the worst fine imposed on any tennis player to that point. Meanwhile, in 2011, injuries and an autoimmune aside from their prowess on the court, both sisters were famed for outside projects and entrepreneurial enterprises. Serena tried her hand at acting, and both sisters have released clothing lines, among other pursuits. Venus earned a degree in interior design in 2007, and in 2009, the pair became part owners of the NFL's Miami Dolphins. The Williams sisters have both showcased a distinctive style, both in terms of play and clothing, and this is just one reason they've stood out on the court. However, their athletic skills and sheer power have made them both forces to be reckoned with, and have forever changed the sport of tennis.
Alright, I'm allowed to say it right now because I gotta explain it to them. Everybody gets beats in the beginning when I first got here. Convince someone to say
I lost him to a 7-year-old.
Just the word no, you can say just the word. You can say no, you can say
in a conversation,
then you're probably gonna end up losing that. You can't say that. You can't say no. Then you have to, if that person, whoever's talking to you, they make you say no, you have to give them their beat.
I had a red one.
So whoever has the most beats in the end wins.
And then he has whoever has the best customer, whoever gets prize. They have like prizes for you.
Alright, so who didn't sign up?
Yeah, I had a red one when I came in. She took it from me. I took it back from you out there.
This remains the only team to go undefeated in a season and win the Super Bowl. Welcome to WifeAndra.com, and today we'll be continuing our series of the most successful sports franchises for the Miami Dolphins.
You're bigger than a donkey,
The Miami Dolphins were founded as an expansion team in 1966 by Joe Robbie and began playing in the American Football League. They joined the NFL in 1970 after the AFL-NFL merger, and today they compete in the AFC East. After the 1969 season, the Dolphins hired as a student of legendary coach Paul Brown. Shula's climbing success included more elbow grease than trips. That hard work soon paid off. The team's first winning season. Before long, the Dolphins became the first team to advance to the Super Bowl 3 consecutive seasons. Led by quarterback Bob Greasy and running backs Larry Zonka, the Dolphins won the AFC Championship in 1971, but lost to the Dallas Cowboys 24-3 in Super Bowl VI. The next season, the Dolphins won all 14 regular season matchups, both playoff games and Super Bowl VII, to complete the NFL's first perfect season that included a Super Bowl win. That team has since been immortalized as one of the greatest and with good reason. The team was stacked. Future Hall of Famers Larry Leonard and Bob Kuchenberg helped form the offensive line. The impressive no-name defense was made up of Nick Buonaconti, Bill Stanfill, Manny Fernandez, Dick Anderson, and during 1972, the Dolphins also set the NFL single-season rushing record. Running back Zonka and Mercury Morris were honored as the first teammates to rush 1,000 yards each during a season. The team followed that impressive year with yet another championship in Super Bowl VIII.
Right number 14 in your name.
In 1974, the team was eliminated in the first round by the Oakland Raiders in the Sea of Hands game. This legendary match saw the Raiders' Clarence Davis catch a ball amid a sea of Dolphins deep. After that, it was up and down for the Dolphins. The 1982 season saw the team led by the Killer Bees.
So far it's been an ongoing battle about
they lost to the Washington Redskins in Super Bowl 17, 27-17. Things improved in 1983 when the Dolphins drafted Dan Marino with the 27th pick. During his career, Marino tore up the record books, led the Dolphins to 5 losing attacks, 10 playoff appearances, and 1 Super Bowl showing before his retirement. 1984 was Marino's first full season, and that year he led the Dolphins to a 14-2 record. He also threw for an impressive 5,084 yards, 48 touchdown passes, 362 completions, and 1 MVP accolades. However, in his only championship appearance, Marino and the Dolphins lost to the San Francisco 49ers 38-16 in Super Bowl 19. And while these were later broken, he is possibly the best player in any sport who never won a championship. After that season, Shula retired. His replacement was Jimmy Johnson, who had seen success at the University of Miami and won 2 Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys. Despite these previous successes, Johnson was unable to reestablish Miami's former glory. After the 1999 season, Johnson left the team and Marino retired. The 21st century saw more players coming up. The club played many of its most successful seasons at the Miami Orange Bowl. In 1986, they moved to Joe Robbie Stadium, which was renamed Sun Life Stadium in 2010. As the oldest continually operating Major League professional sports franchise in the state of Florida, the Miami Dolphins retain a special place in sports history. It's their record over the years that sealed their place as one of the greatest sports franchises of all time.
Hey Nick, yeah. Another beer?
Okay. I'm good right now. Anytime you just say that word, you're messed up.
We have the technology.
I'll give you a piece.
That handle. I finger smashed in the crest. I couldn't turn it in.
I don't like your surrender.
I slammed in the hood of a car last night.
That sucks.
This was the first team to win 5 Super Bowl championships. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be continuing our series of the most successful sports franchises with a look at the San Francisco 49ers.
The 49ers, in one of the best drives in NFL history, scored with under a minute to go, and they beat the Dallas Cowboys 28-27, and now it's on to the Super Bowl for the Niners.
The 49ers were named after gold prospectors that came to during the California Gold Rush around 1849.
Shave off that beard.
Now, why am I one?
To the dance tonight in Montana.
This football franchise was established in 1946, and in fact, it was the first professional sports franchise in the Golden State. Early years, this was epitomized by the death of owner Tony Morabito as a result of a heart attack during a game against the Chicago Bears on October 27, 1957. In the 1950s and 60s, Niners coach Red Dickey helped popularize the shotgun formation. This formation gave the quarterback more time to pass the ball since he was lined up 7 yards behind the center. In 1970, the team won the first divisional title to become champion of the NFC West. The 49ers then moved to Kezar Stadium, and after that, following a disastrous 1978 season, right at the end of the tournament, in the form of quarterback Steve DeBerg, running back Paul Hofer, and center guard Randy Cross, to name just a few. The biggest change actually came in the front office when new owner Edward J. DeBartolo Jr. took over. He hired head coach Bill Walsh from Stanford University, who had also served under the Cincinnati Bengals from 1968 to 1975. Walsh was credited with popularizing the West Coast offense. Walsh's offense was an aerial version of the running game, short, precise, and timed passes that advanced the ball 6 to 8 yards at a time. Walsh was also ingenious in drafting well, and in his first draft, he eyed Notre Dame quarterback Joe Montana, who lacked the physique scouts sought in Kansas. He did have the intangibles and a calm demeanor. In 1981, the Niners clashed with the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. San Fran trailed late in the game when Montana connected with another Walsh draft choice in the end zone, wide receiver Dwight Clark. The play has since been labeled the catch, and it remains one of the most memorable plays in NFL history. It also added to the drama as the club won its first Super Bowl championship in 1981.
Much of anything in their 36-year history, but now San Francisco is number one in 2 things: being weird and football.
The 49ers won the championship again in 1984 in Super Bowl by defeating the Miami Dolphins 38-16. They managed this win even after the Dolphins quarterback Dan Marino assaulted the record books.
Game ball!
I'll make you a hot dog
The Niners then won 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. The first came in 1988 against the Cincinnati Bengals in a tightly fought 23-16 victory where Montana connected with wide receiver John Taylor. The next season, the Niners clutched the Denver Broncos 55-10. At this point, the dynasty was firmly in place. By 1995, the 49ers were led by coach George Seifert and QB Steve Young. It was that year the Niners won their 5th Super Bowl championship by defeating the San Diego Chargers 49-26. With 5 Super Bowl wins over 14 seasons and 16 straight winning seasons, the Niners cemented their place as one of the greatest sports franchises of all time.
What? Did you get one, Sonny? Yeah.
He slipped up.
Yeah, I did it on accident. Now he's upset. It's only one. Hey, do I get to meet you? Alex is killing it. He's killing it. Is he? He got 4. Jesus Christ.
This was the first expansion-era club to win the Stanley Cup. xoxo.com, and today we'll be continuing our series of the most successful sports franchises with a look at the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers entered the NHL in 1967 as part of the league's expansion. Basketball exec Ed Snyder took the chance of team ownership when he saw that Boston Bruins fans liked to buy tickets despite the club's last place standing. Expansion rules restricted the team to a mishmash of older players and minor leaguers. Bernie Perron, Ed Van Impe, Joe Watson, and Gary Dornhofer helped form the team's nucleus. In 1969, the Flyers drafted a 19-year-old diabetic from small-town Manitoba, 17th overall. Bobby Clark became the team's
you got
and by
tequila?
72-73, they celebrated the first season with him as captain. Rick McLeish became the first Flyer to score 50 goals in 1 year. The next season, Philly defeated Bobby Orr's Bruins to win their first Stanley Cup. Goalie Bernie Perron led the way to a 50, 60, and 12 record, while enforcer Dave Schultz's 348 penalty minutes cemented the Flyers' reputation. In 1974-75, the Flyers defended their title by beating the Buffalo Sabres. Perron won a second consecutive Conn Smythe Trophy and grabbed MVP honors. The Flyers followed that by recording the most points by any team on the strength of the LCB line. Reggie Leach, Clark, and Bill Barber terrorized the NHL with 141 goals. On January 11, 1976, the Flyers handed the Soviet Union's Central Red Army team its only loss during that year's Super Series in a controversial game.
They're going home. Yeah, they're going home. And you imagine.
However, the Flyers lost the Cup that year to a dominant Montreal Canadiens squad. In 1979-80, Clark was named a playing assistant coach, and Mel Bridgman became captain. The team then set a record for all North American professional sports teams by going 35 straight games. 10 times. Clark retired in 1984 and became vice president and general manager. Meanwhile, Mike Keenan was hired as coach. Rookie goalie Pelle Lindbergh took home the Vezina Trophy, and the Flyers themselves won a franchise record 53 games. However, they lost to another dynasty in the making, the Edmonton Oilers. Tragedy struck in 1985-86 when Lindbergh died in a car crash. Bob Froese took over netlining duties and shared the William M. Jennings Trophy with teammate Darren Jensen for allowing the least goals during the season. The next year, the mercurial Ron Hextall became the third Flyers goalie to win the Vezina Trophy in his rookie season.
He blocks, looks to shoot into the open net.
The Flyers eliminated defending Cup champs Montreal in a heated playoff series, but lost to the Oilers again. Hextall made MVP, and this marked the second time a Flyer won the Conn Smythe despite being on the losing team. A new era began when the team won an arbitration battle for 1991's #1 overall pick, Eric Lindros. However, to do it, Philly parted with players like Hextall and future star Peter Forsberg, in addition to $15 million. The Nordiques took these games and won 2 Stanley Cups as the Colorado Avalanche. The Flyers didn't fare as well, but Lindros did dominate with help from Mark Recchi and Brent Fedek on the Crazy Eights line, and then on the Legion of Doom line with John LeClaire and Michael Renberg. But it wasn't enough. Later, the club brought on many big-name players. Danny Briere, Mike Richards, and Jeff Carter all played important roles, but their Achilles heel remained the team of fights. Like most teams, Philly had traditions. A notable one began December 11, 1969, when the team played God Bless America in place of the Star-Spangled Banner. Because of the ongoing event, some fans had the anthem, so this replacement caught on. With their reputation as cross-street bullies, their fervent fans, and second-best the Flyers remain one of the greatest franchises in sports history.
I didn't know where you practice at. I didn't even ask that. Where the fuck?
Would you join if you knew?
What's up?
Would you join if you knew?
But yeah. That'd be awesome though. I know what you're doing.
Could I let you outside? Really?
Yeah. Shut up, Alex. Shut up.
I don't want to lose my child again. Oh, you already lost it?
Yeah.
This child prodigy became the world's greatest athlete and the highest paid of all time. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be taking a look at the life and career of Tiger Woods.
You want to hear my hat?
Sure.
Eldrick Todd Woods was born December 30th, 1975 in Cypress, California, and was brought up in Orange County. His father nicknamed him Tiger in honor of a Vietnamese army pilot with whom he served. Tiger was instilled in self-discipline early on. Before he even reached introduced him to golf. By 1978, Tiger's golf talent placed him in the media spotlight. That year, he played against Indian.
I think she got me twice.
You still have two. Skills
I won. Just took mine.
Before his 7th birthday, he competed in an under 10 pitch cutting drive competition and won. He continued winning numerous in 1994, he earned a scholarship at Stanford University. After 2 years,
Can I knock you outside?
It looks like she cares a lot.
Can I knock you outside?
it wasn't long.
Can I knock you outside?
She should want you to wear so she's
$40 million payday from Nike. In addition, he was named PGA Player of the Year and Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year for 1996. The rising star also started donning a red shirt for the last round of competitions, as he considered the color a sign of forcefulness and aggression. That year, he established as many charitable organizations. The Tiger Woods Foundation was created to improve the lives of American children. In 1997, at age 21, Tiger Woods became the youngest ever winner of the Masters with a record score of 18 under par. Not only that, he was also the tournament's first African-American and Asian-American winner.
That's security trying to get us lost.
myself, but
When you try to get us
After only 42 weeks as a pro, Woods spot on the official National Record. This was the fastest drive #1 in the sport's history. In 1999, he began one of the longest streaks in golf and dominated 4 consecutive wins. In 2000, Woods cleaned up at the British Open, the US Open, and the PGA Championship. And in 2001, he won the Masters. This was later nicknamed the Tiger Slam. But an official Grand Slam was acquired within the same calendar year. Woods then failed to
when she bought her,
he lost the some blame the slump on Woods' rocky relationship with his coach, whom he later replaced, or his engagement and marriage to Elin Nordegren. He was also making major changes to his swing to reduce wear on his left knee, which he had previously had repaired. By 2005, Tiger reclaimed his spot at the top of the game. However, the next year, he failed to defend his Masters title against Phil Mickelson. Woods then took a personal hiatus after his father passed away following a bout of prostate cancer. He returned to dominance at the 2006 Open Championship and dedicated that one to his father. After a few more years of success, Woods underwent ligament surgery on his left knee and 7 without Tiger.
Is that the recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Almost 40%
Right now?
from the previous year.
Alright, here's a donkey.
At the end
You have
of
to try to pin it as
2009,
close to his ass
personal
as
life
possible.
success.
You see that little dot? That little dot is the center of his ass. I measured it.
Measured his ass.
No, you have to, because it's kids. Okay, so put the blindfold on her.
What happens if you get
It's like Frida or something.
What happens if you win?
So to rebuild his brand, Tiger participated in the
No, hold on, wait, grab it first.
Not surprisingly, was also experienced his longest PDA
Who's number one?
which finally ended when he
And how come you didn't go
Because I'm the
2011.
I'm the host with the most. Watch out, watch out.
Wait, so I gotta put it up. The two has to go on its ass?
Yeah, you have to try to as close as possible. The tail has to, the point of
I have to
it.
go on its ass?
Yeah, this point.
Excellent.
Yeah, but
There is no doubt.
as long as you get that point right there, that's how we were. Like,
Can you see it?
Alright, spin around. 7 times. We're gonna spin you around. And then she's gonna point you the direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, put her straight. Now go, put it on. Put it on. Oh yeah. I'm still like. Alright, just stick it, just stick it. Stick it to the wall. Hold on, she's trying to feel it. You can't feel it. Hey!
What the?
You can't do that.
What? I thought you just go straight. I didn't even feel the paper.
You can't feel the paper. You gotta put it like this. You gotta just like
as soon as you walk to the wall, you put it
as soon as you walk to the wall, you gotta put it there.
The first I can feel.
Yeah, if your hand touches that wall right there, you gotta push it right away. You can't put your hand on the wall. You gotta spin her hand. You gotta explain it to everybody.
You do it. You're the explainer.
Alright,
1, 2, 3.
Joseph Williams 7.
Alright, go. Put her straight.
1944 in Beaufort, South Carolina. His infatuation with boxing began when his father bought black and white television to watch the fight. His uncle called him the next Joe, and this idea stuck in his head.
What is your the paper? If you know where the paper is.
Built up further by training.
Alright, next is Blas. Blas.
In his youth, he was seriously injured after being chased by a bad dog.
Please watch out.
As his family was poor, the damage was left to still itself.
Okay, is she gonna make me go straight or?
She'll
I'm
point
gonna spin you so you're dizzy, and I'm gonna straight put you exactly how I do.
Now, as soon as you're going up to the wall, and as soon as you touch the wall, you gotta put it on there. You can't do this.
You can't
Why not?
Oh, you can't do that.
I know. The point is to try to walk to it when you're dizzy.
So as soon as your hand touches the wall, you have to put it
United States best heavyweights. But at 1964's New York World's Fair, he lost against Mathis and failed to
No, but because you were feeling it, you're not supposed to do that.
Doesn't matter.
injured in Tokyo. Frazier stepped in as his replacement. He used his unparalleled left hook to wipe out the competition. And
I wish we had one of those things though. Alright, spin him around.
in his first professional
Oh, I forgot to give him his thing.
Woody lost by technical knockout in the first round. He continued this streak by winning 3 more
Yeah,
fights,
it's number
all
3.
within the first 3
Lost your 3.
In
Ready?
1966, his career skyrocketed
Spin him.
with
1,
help from his trainer.
2, right before me. 4, 5, 6, 7, right there. Alright, go straight. Put it on the donkey.
As soon as you feel the wall, put it
Go
down.
straight, go straight. Nobody tell him.
Are you serious? Go on camera so you can see it.
He's like, where's that? Alright, next is Alex.
The official world champ.
You guys didn't even push me straight.
Yeah, we
No,
did.
we put you straight.
Let's see it on the camera. You walk it.
That's why I got the camera going so it'll say it's sitting here. You have to try to put that on.
Prior to the event, Ali increased tension between
I was moving that much?
Yeah, you started going that way like crazy.
Circumstances, and just a tool. He's doing his best, but he don't know where he's at. I just think that.
Man, I don't care. I'm still a winner.
Hey, Andra, give me that big tape.
a cow in the jungle to fight a lion with a toothpick.
We never do this at parties.
Can you see Alex?
Despite this milestone,
All right, spin
the
him around.
champ's 29-0
Please spin him around.
record when he lost his heavyweight title to Norman on January 27, 1973. The next year, he faced Norman again and lost in a 12-round decision. They faced
All right, put him straight. Go.
the first 1970
Go, go, go.
after which only won the heavyweight championship.
Right there. No, no, you gotta stick it. You touch the wall, you gotta stick it.
Foreman, Frazier
All right.
in 1976.
That isn't even fair. I put you straight.
Frazier then
Brothers, right.
he instructed his daughter, Jackie Frazier,
All right, next.
to participate in the sport.
This is Vanessa.
Hey, is there out of bounds? Can we try again?
No, there's not out of bounds.
Meanwhile,
I'm still crying.
Yeah! You lost yours!
You feel naked, huh?
All right,
in
set him up.
1990, he was honored with an induction into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. On November 7th, 2011, he died after a short
Vanessa, you
bout
gonna do the same as me?
Joe Frazier left a legacy of 32 wins.
Was that on your eyes?
Hey, Alberto's one of these guys wrong. Come on, just take it off.
As a legendary and a pillar of the sport of boxing.
Did I sit here?
That messed up.
How did you go that way?
Darling, turn me the wrong way.
No, I didn't. You can say the camera.
I can't believe that.
I know, I did. We did it before we started the party. It's hard. We couldn't do it. Andrew got the closest.
All right.
What?
I went to the corner of the walls over there.
All right, spin around.
What's that supposed to mean?
That's crazy. I swear I was going straight.
What?
Don't you feel that you were going straight? You went straight.
5. Nope, you put your 6.
Did I sit here?
He is the golden
7.
boy.
All right, put it straight.
Sure.
All right, go.
And today we're taking a look at the life and career of Oscar De La Hoya.
Keep going, keep going. No guiding.
Until you feel the wall.
Until you feel the wall. There you go. All right.
I'm not last place.
Now, hey, you guys realize that the closer you are is when you win, right? Not the farther.
Yeah. So far, Maria's winning.
Vanessa's winning.
No, Maria.
Fighter Sugar Ray Leonard is so good. You were right there, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, you like just
left hook. By his mid,
took a sharp turn.
He took home 7
He took a detour.
and a Golden Glove winner.
All right.
In 1990,
Next is Pumpkin.
becoming an Olympic.
Hey, she's drunk.
She's drunk. Hey, it might work out. If she's drunk, she might go straight.
I don't know. I thought fight was very easy.
Boxer.
Yeah, you don't even have to turn her. Just go.
Himself the next year when at 5'10", 132 pounds, De La Hoya competed in the 1990 Barcelona Olympics. Though he struggled with the top German following his impressive Olympic showing, De La Hoya went pro in November 1992. He won his first professional fight and proved unbeatable. His first world title came in 1992.
It's to hide the hickeys that she got, huh?
When he won the World Boxing Organization's featherweight championship. He was a finesse fighter, and his mother was not for the sport either. His passive-aggressive style exhausted.
Oh, that way? I did it the other way. That's cheating.
I should wanted this.
Okay.
All right, go.
That's straight. Go, 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 go.
I was like, oh, I'm feeling straight.
It feels like you're going straight. Mira, you're a god.
Me and Berto and Andra did it when we didn't have a party, and we were running into the wall. We were
Andra?
She practices last night.
One time.
Soon after.
Times what?
She was practicing all night.
During his break, De La Hoya
God, did you go yet?
Sadia, hold her up.
She's all pissed.
Sadia.
You started
Yeah, you did.
beat it
Like
up.
2 steps forward and then you go,
right in front. Put your hands right in front of
he also focused on charity work, but his personal life suffered when his girlfriends payments of $62.5 million. 2001 saw
She needs to step back a little more.
and began his own boxing promotions company, By this point, De La Hoya had a fierce rivalry with ferocious Fernando Vargas. The two finally met in the ring on September 14, 2002 in what is often considered one of the most of his career. He won after a grueling back and forth, and Vargas later tested positive for steroids.
Close the glass.
I wasn't going to go through.
Just go off the belt.
Yeah.
That's why I have it open so they can go that way. They'll be like this.
First time in his career, he took home $3 million.
I was all going wide. I'm like,
Ryan.
Flurries of track time.
Ryan.
2006, and triumphantly knocked Mayorga down within the fight. In 2007, De La Hoya agreed to fight Floyd Mayweather.
I know, that's what I'm going to do.
This fight finished in a split.
I could just see you jumping and see your face.
Hands up by your head.
Hey, if I win,
The win.
Man, he's tall. You gotta go down a little bit, Ryan.
He was one of these tough. He's supposed to fight. You know, 10-time world champion at 6 weight class. He put the best.
In 2008, De La Hoya passed the torch to the next generation of boxers by fighting star Manny Pacquiao. Although De La Hoya was the heavy favorite, he stopped the fight after 8 rounds.
6, 7. Alright. What up? Go.
Here tonight.
This proved
He took like 2 steps. I'm not kidding. He just took like 2 steps. You should have put the touch there, damn it.
and
Damn it, you're. It should have been wall to wall.
I know.
It's a white people thing.
I was thinking
about just sticking my leg out.
Like, keep your foot straight.
You should be having good idea.
Alright, next. Eric.
I want to be lucky. I want to be lucky.
Camera's running. That way everybody knows that we're not cheating. The camera is running.
You're recording this?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's been recording.
It's been recording the whole time. It records for 3 hours. Alright, put
Next video.
What up?
Okay, put your hands up. Like, pretend you're gonna cover your eyes.
Cover your eyes. Yep,
Alright,
that.
hold it there.
Hold it.
Hold on.
Hey, I'm like, she looks like Frida. You ever seen that movie? You know that woman painter Frida?
I'll stand
You
back.
ever seen that Mexican painter?
Alright, ready? I'll spin you.
Do you know what
Wait,
I'm
hold on.
talking
He's got to hold on to
Alright,
it.
I don't know your head.
Alright, there we go. Now spin him.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
1, 2,
3,
I'm trying to picture right now.
4, 5, 6.
Though they share a stadium
7.
with the New York
Alright.
Jets, this team's history put them in a league all their own.
Go.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're continuing our series of
Oh, right there.
sports franchises for the New York Giants.
You get the center of this? I think it's because it's shorter.
It's shorter, yeah. We should have spun him like 20 times.
I know, right?
Flipped him
The
upside
5
down.
teams that
Valeria.
NFL in 1925, the Giants are the only one that still exists. In fact, the Giants are credited with helping
What do you win?
legitimize professional football
I think you're
in
gonna
its
lose.
infancy.
Whoop, brag.
Between 1933 and 1946, Hall of Fame coach Steve
Because
Owens
she said she can't be spun times, she gets 10 times.
led Bagwell demons to 8 championship
Alright, 7
games,
times.
and they walked away victorious twice.
It has to be 7 like everyone else.
No, it's not. I'll throw up.
By beating
Don't worry, Andrew will clean it.
And I'll get ahead.
However, they didn't win another title until 1956.
Trust me, I'll be really
At
good.
that point,
Alright, go.
the Hall of Fame
5 times then.
linebacker Sam Hunt,
Patrick.
Roosevelt Browns, and all-pro running back Alex Webster. The 1956 championship
Go.
and had Vince Lombardi led offense and Landry led defense. Despite being the championship 5 times from 1963.
I told you.
However, the 1958 the team came crashing back to reality in 1966 in a league worst
She's like,
record.
I'm leaving. I'm mad.
I know, that's right after. Over 500 points on defense.
Lucky 11.
In 1976, the club relocated the Giants Stadium at the Meadowlands in Rochester, New Jersey, but that move didn't change their luck. In 1978's Miracle,
It's a white thing. Now he's gonna win.
the
Oh, did I give him the 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Indeed,
All right, spin him. Hey, Eric, move your foot out of the way.
1979,
All right, go.
won only 23 games. However, it was in 1979 that the team drafted quarterback Phil Simms, and 2 years later, they selected linebacker Lawrence Taylor. In addition to winning the NFL's Defensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, Taylor helped the playoffs for the first time since 1960.
Cheater!
I'll take it.
Charged back into the playoffs.
So far, I haven't been able to.
Led by Bill Parcells, tight end Mark Bavaro, running back Bill Moore, and MVP they steamrolled over the 49ers and the Redskins before beating the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 21 at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. This was the club's first championship since 1956 and its first time. Then,
hey, don't worry, if you fall, I won't
the
catch
Giants went 13-3, gave up only 6 turnovers, and again defeated the 49ers before toppling the Buccaneers 20-9.
He'll go through the, he's so thin, he'll just go through the balcony.
Behind his head.
Oh, can I give him a tail yet?
In 2004, the Giants traded for the top pick and selected Ole Miss quarterback Eli Manning, who was the son of former NFL great Archie and the brother of Peyton. Manning was instrumental in 2007 when the Chiefs shot the undefeated Patriots by handing them a 17-0 loss. Manning to Tyreek, which the receiver caught. John Marr described this as the first victory in the franchise without question. In 2011, the Giants once again surprised fans and critics by making it to
That one's your Sonny, look right there.
And the Giants are going back to the Super Bowl.
With all their NFL titles, the Giants ranked third among franchises. Green Bay
You messed me up. She messes me up.
Football Giants remain one of the greatest franchises of all time.
Oh, you're cheating. You got 2 bandanas.
Alright, here.
You can see.
Wait, which part?
Like, what?
Yeah,
no, the other way.